In today's episode, we'll take a look at the conflict in Bosnia when it declared independence from former Yugoslavia. We will look at the use of snipers in this conflict, and also the employment of remote infrared indicators used for airstrikes. I will be firing some high-powered sniper rifles and looking at some of the equipment used by snipers during the fighting in Bosnia. Yugoslavia has a long and bloody history of being the flashpoint for conflicts in Europe dating back hundreds of years. After the fall of the Soviet Union, the breakup of Eastern Europe, and the consequent internal separation of Yugoslavia, the international community was once again pulled into a bloody struggle. This complicated conflict has layered political, ethnic, and religious motivations by various sides, but at the core of it are many examples of close-quarter battle. After one particularly bloody incident, the UN requested that NATO become involved by way of airstrikes on certain targets held by the Bosnian Serb army. Various parts of the city of Sarajevo became known as sniper alleys, where snipers would control foot traffic of soldiers, peacekeepers, and even civilians. Although NATO used airstrikes primarily to target larger fortified positions, it's also suspected that buildings where snipers were firing from were also targeted by airstrikes. The process of marking a target building is done in various ways. In modern combat, soldiers often use laser designators or infrared signaling devices. These devices emit a flashing infrared light pattern that can be seen and tracked from bombers or jet fighters and allow the bomb to be targeted specifically to one location. Although CQB is confined to buildings and street-to-street conflict, the use of guided bombs and missiles in Bosnia by NATO is an example of how larger militaries can support CQB with technology.